So I am back at a military cemetery. It's been a good almost a year since I've been here. Yeah, I think the last time I came here was either just before or just after Christmas. And yeah, I thought I'd come back. Got some old, and some new graves here, as always, in the cemetery. Now, the reason why I came back here is because I had some weird paranormal activity happen here. And I want to kind of see whether it happens again. And I have to be a little bit careful because people do come here and walk their dogs. So I have to be a little bit careful. So again, I have to try and avoid people if I can. That's open. I might have to put a peek in there. Now the cemetery is not that big. But I have noticed that this is open. So I'll have a quick peek. So this is a Turkish Navy cemetery, so I'll have a quick peek. The door's open. So I'll have a quick peek, maybe a bit of a cut there. A quick peek, it seems to be empty in here. I have to keep an eye on my SIM card, guys. I think all these ones are from 1850. Let's have a look over here. It should say over here. Hopefully it will be in English. I can read it. This is the resting place of members of the Turkish Navy. They set sail from, again I can't read perfect English, guys, so I'll try and yeah, I think they had some sort of accident and then yeah, never made it. Yeah, it's Turkish. Yeah, Turkish. Anyway, let's get out of here before I get told off. Gate was already open, so I didn't break in, but HMS. I do apologise, I'm not feeling it today. Michael John, Sea Marine, HMS Dolphin, 13th of May 1960. He was 21. So I'm not going to read every single one, guys, but W.J. Young, Petty Officer, Royal Navy, 15th of November 1947. He was 26. But like I said, I'm not going to read every single one, guys, because I'll be here for forever. So, with this cemetery, I believe it's connected to Hazard Hospital, which is just up the road. And Hazard Hospital was a Navy hospital when it was built back in the day. Now it's all, well, most of it's housing now. The hospital closed down, and now they're turning it into housing. I think there's even a nursing home there as well. James Swinney, I think I'm saying that right. RM, I think it's LI, Fortin Barracks, who died 28th of July 1877, aged 22 years. So yeah, again, I just like to keep an eye out for people. I saw someone over there, so I'll just stand here for a second. So yeah, I can't remember what year the hospital was built, but it was a Navy hospital, or military hospital I should say. And what they used to do when the ships come back from war and stuff like that, they used to take the injured and the ill to Hasler, and then obviously treat them, and then if they didn't make it, they ended up here. And there is memorials of people that were lost at sea. So if the submarine or the ship sunk at sea, there is memorials here as well. Just trying to work out where that person went. That person was over there. Are they coming this way, or are they turning a different direction? That's a good question. But if they're in the distance, that's where I had that paranormal experience. So we'll head back that way. I see the person just there, so I'm just going to take a seat over here, see which way they go. But they're coming straight towards me, I think, so I might have to pretend I'm chilling. But yeah, the paranormal experience I had was a smell, and I thought it was either my deodorant or my partner's deodorant, but it smelled like flowers. It smelled like different mixes of different flowers, and it smelled really nice, but nothing happened. So there was no figure, there was no like nothing happened where I can actually catch it on camera. It was just a smell, but it smelled really nice. That happened about a year ago, and I pretty just came back to see whether it happens again. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to cut the camera and I'll see you in a minute. Yeah, I had to get away from that, away from this area, guys. The guy that just walked by me, because I had to cut the camera off, had a bit of a iffy vibe. He went that way. Had a bit of an iffy vibe, and I kind of glanced at him and he was wearing a face covering, so he had his nose and mouth covered. He had his hood up, so I'm going to head this way. Keep away from him. Yeah, he's just had very iffy vibes from him. Yeah, I don't really like it very much. So anyway, so I'm going to head this way. See what I'm going to show you guys something else. So, where am I? So I'm in the town of Gosport, and over in that direction, that's Portsmouth, and the rest of this is Gosport. This is Gosport Creek, and it does lead to Portsmouth Harbour. I don't know whether you can see it on camera, but over there is a black bridge. And Gosport used to have its own train station, and there used to be a train line from Gosport train station to Stakes Bay and Leon Salem, but it only lasted a short while because their plans were to have a train line from Gosport to Isle of Wight, and a lot of people were complaining about that, especially the Navy. Yeah, especially the Navy, because they didn't want the trains to be in the way. So yeah, they didn't want the train service to be in the way, especially when it comes to military ships and stuff like that. So they pretty much abandoned the idea of train to the Isle of Wight. So we'll head that way. So yeah, the train station, I can't remember when it closed down, the one in Gosport, but the route to Gosport to Stokes Bay obviously closed before the train station did. And the reason why they built a train station in Gosport, because there was a problem between Southampton and Portsmouth at the time. So what they did, if you want to get into Portsmouth from Southampton, you used to get the train from Southampton to Gosport, and you would use the Gosport ferry to get into Portsmouth. I can't remember exactly the reason why they had trouble. I think it was something to do with strikes or something. Again, I can't quite remember. Yeah, it happened before I was born, so So this is one of the memorials. I think this is First World War. Yeah, I think this is First World War. So this one is so no one's actually buried in this plot here, but this is a memorial for the men and officers who died on the HM submarine L55 that was sunk in the Baltic on the 4th of June 1919. Live buried in this grave. Okay. That last bit don't make any sense. It was sunk in the Baltic, but they, unless they're talking about they sunk in the Baltic, but I don't know. So yeah, that was between 1940 and 1919. Yeah, my camera keeps, GoPro I should say, keeps cutting out because it's a slow memory card, which I find funny because it's a high performance, well they say it's a high performance SIM card, so, which I find quite funny. Again, I think this one here is another memorial, so we'll have a quick look at that. It's supposed to get really windy today. So another submarine. So submarine, I think collision on the 18th of March 1904 off the Nab Light vessel. So another submarine. So another one for an explosion on board the HM submarine A5, Queenstown, 16th of February 1905. Is this another one? Can't quite read it, sun's in my eyes. Submarine, I think Oats A3. I think it's a letter that's in there somewhere. Another collision of the Isle of Wight, 2nd of February 1912. So the submarine collided with something and sank. B. Pink, Chef Stoker, HM submarine E13, 19th of August 1915. So yeah, let's get onwards and upwards. So another memorial. Can't quite read it though, that's the only problem. Yeah, obviously you got the single graves, they're not all memorials. Again, I've got to keep an eye out for people. So I am planning on going live, I think 12 o'clock or half 11. So again, I have to keep an eye on the time. And avoid people, of course. So last time I was here, I filmed this and my partner said that the anchor is actually off the ship of the ship that sunk. So yeah, so that anchor is actually from the ship. So yeah, so a ship sunk, obviously, and a loss of life, obviously. Yeah, I'm just trying to work out the name of the ship that sunk. No, doesn't say the name of the ship, but it says the people that have died on the ship, but not the actual ship itself. No, doesn't actually say the name of the ship, but yeah, another big memorial. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to find a nice little place to sit in the shade. It's not that hot today, but the sun is bright. So I'll find a nice little place to sit, find out what time it is, and see whether it's time to go live. And then I'll come back and finish off this video after I've done a live. But let's find a nice little place to sit. There's never a bench when you need one. Where is the bench? Oh, I could go back over there where I was earlier, because there's a bench there, wasn't there, on that one of those memorials, so I'll go back over there. But like I said, guys, the reason why I came back, because of that paranormal thing that happened, which happened over in that direction, which after my live I will go back over to if it stays quiet. I'll use my GoPro. And do like a little spirit box session probably. And get myself set up. So like I said, guys and girls, this is not a paranormal investigation channel. Reason being is that if spirits and ghosts and goblins and ghouls want to make themselves known, they will. Yeah, if I what was I say? Yeah, I don't expect ghosts and goblins to perform because I tell them to, or because I ask them to. So that day when I was over there, when I smelled that smell, I didn't ask for it, I didn't expect it, but it happened. Didn't ask for anyone to do anything or anything like that, like you see on paranormal channels and all that, videos. I was just minding my own business, enjoying making a video. And then it happened, so That's the thing, paranormal stuff happens when you're not expecting it. Paranormal stuff happens when you don't ask for it. So I come to places like this not expecting nothing, and something will happen, and then you start questioning, is that normal or is it paranormal? So yeah, the greatest something happened, but again I don't ask for it, and when it happens, great. Anyway, so I'm going to go and do this live, or set up to do this live. Now we're back to finish off this video, so enjoy. So guys, I'm back, and I think, no they locked the gate. Oh. Yeah, them knocking on the gate is not a big deal, but yeah, just annoying. But yeah, sorry for the wonky um, shot just then. I had to be a little bit careful because there was a person behind me. But never been in this bit before, so ash dieback disease, where hives have been installed in the cemetery. Thought they were. Keep away from the hives. What should I do if I find a bat? Run for the hills. Cemetery register. Yeah. So yeah, like I said earlier, don't want to do too much. Don't want to say too much in the live because I want to show you in the video. I want to show you now. Obviously, there's the back of the church. But I think I've really taken you to the seafront. Like I said, the cemetery is not very big. So I will make my way to the. I'll call it a seafront, but it's not. It's connected to the sea, but it's more of what's the word? It will come to me. And I will take you down there and we will walk along where I had that paranormal experience, and then walk to the back end of the cemetery. But we're towards the other end where I came in. I did notice a few people down that end, so we'll try to avoid that place for a while. So yeah. So I'm using my iPhone instead of my GoPro, because it was connected while I was doing my live. So you may have a bit of a better quality video than using my GoPro, and maybe a bit of a better quality sound as well. Peter Brown Davison, HMS Dolphin, 19th of October 1967. I swear I already read that one. John Childs, HMS Collingwood, 14th of December 1977. He was 25. So we'll read some of the names if I can read them. So I will do it now. Also, I think I'll get into that little bit over there. I'll probably do that now before I make my way that way. So, yes, I think it was yesterday, or last couple of days, I thought, you know what, I need to get out of the house and do something. I don't know whether it's classed as middle-age crisis, but I don't know, I'm just getting bored with life. I thought, you know what, I need to go out and do something. Yeah, these ones are so old, I can't even read them. Right in the thick of them there. So yeah, but this one here sounds right in my eyes now. It's probably good to make a video, but not good for what I'm trying to read. Yeah, I can't even read anything on that. Like I said, guys, some of these are so old I can't even read them. Christopher, leading seaman, HMS Kansai, died 27th of August 1984. He's got a good last name. Michael McNutt. No, I thought it said Nutley. Stoker, HMS. I can't read it. Like I said, it's so worn, I can't quite even read it. Died 28th of Feb 1907. He was 30. Look. William Walker Stoker, first class, HMS Endurance, died 19th of August 19, I think it's either 1908 or 1968, I think it's 1908, 37. So yeah, here we are. So me and my partner are talking about going back to Brookwood, and they do a massive, great big military, military cemetery. Again, I know that someone has reached out to me to do a video trying to find a loved one. Um, my understanding is they couldn't make it to the funeral, but couldn't make it, but want to know what the headstone looks like. Or a feeling I know whereabouts this person is buried. I'll make a video on it. If you're that person that um, has reached out to me to find that person's headstone, is it something that you want me to make a video on and post it, or do you want me to make a video and send it privately to you, so it's like your own private video? That makes sense. Is it something that you want me to post on YouTube, or is it something you want privately? That makes sense. But yeah, like I said, me and my partner's got plans to go there within the next month or so. So yeah, down I think that way there is like a boating club where you can get a canoe or kayak or whatever. Yeah, I think it's just over there in that corner bit there. But I remember back in the day, my parents got themselves a what you call it boat, sailing boat. We used to spend quite a few weekends up and down this. That's the word, creek. Yeah, we spend quite a lot of time up and down Gosport Creek. So where that bridge is, you probably see it a little bit better on this camera. That used to be the old train bridge, as I was saying in my previous at the beginning. When they shut Gosport train station down, they closed that. There was a service to Gosport train station to Stakes Bay and Leon Salem, and they were planning on building a bridge or train track to the Isle of Wight, but it didn't quite work. Um, because it's a very important shipping lane for the Navy and people like that. So yeah, obviously you can have your own personal private boats, which I think have been abandoned for quite a long time now. Yeah, don't think they've been used for a while. So yeah, and there's Portsmouth in the background, Binnacle Tower. Yeah. Anyway, back to the video. So this was the area where I had that weird paranormal experience. Um, Again, I never expect any paranormal. It'd be great if I did catch something paranormal, but I don't expect it. But it's a little bit further up. I smelled perfume, women's perfume. And in a way, I kind of blamed David for wearing women's perfume. And I realised it wasn't. It was paranormal. It wasn't him and it wasn't me. Neither one of us were wearing that kind of deodorant. Because I was going to take the mickey out of him for wearing women's deodorant, but then I thought I better not. So if I do smell any smell, I am going to say it's flowers because we're the first week of September. It's the 8th today, I think. So if I do smell flowers, I'm gonna say it's flowers from somewhere. I was round about this area because I was just round here when I smelled it. When I was walking this way towards me. I'll work out whether there's any. They're all like all Williams and just trying to work out whether there's any female. Sydney? Would you class Sydney as a woman's name? I'll work out whether there's any um, women buried here. Got two Georgie? Got two Georgies. One there, one there. But yeah, Albert, got Walter. But yeah, no. That's I'm not going to venture too far, guys, into that lot. But yeah, I find that it's mostly men. Henry, another William. But yeah, I find it strange that I smell flowers in this area. Which I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I just find it strange because I came up from this angle. I was walking in this angle, and I don't know whether it's psychological, but I just smelled the same smell. Just a hint of the same smell. Now I walked around here quite a few times, and there's no flowers. Okay, so I'm gonna sit on that tree stump. Sit here for a moment. Could be my deodorant. It could be, but I just smell a smell, a very light scent of something nice, and it could be my deodorant because I'm wearing deodorant today. But I just want to see whether anything happens. Like I said, it could be psychological because I'm thinking about it. It will happen. It's like if you wake up in the morning and you tell yourself it's gonna be a bad day, it's gonna be a bad day. If you wake up saying like, I'm gonna have a headache today, you're gonna wake up with a headache. Power of suggestion. So because I'm talking about smelling smells, I'm gonna smell a smell even though the smell's not really there. So, like I said, I do believe in the paranormal. I do believe in things that they go bump in the night. I do believe in all that. But again, I'm one of those people that sit on the fence and I question stuff. Now, as some of you guys may know or may not know, I am a I am a medium. I do give mediumship readings and all that. And at the end of the reading, and even sometimes during the reading, I question what I'm getting. I question myself, is that my brain telling me that? Or is it spirit telling me that? because at the end of the day, I'm one of those people that I don't want to fake. I want it to be what it's supposed to be. If that makes sense. If it's paranormal, great. If it's not paranormal, I'm also happy with that as well. So I've seen videos where people will set up a camera, and not just cemeteries, but in buildings as well. They'll set up a camera somewhere, and let's say in this situation there's graves, obviously it's a cemetery, but they'll have like little shadow figures put their head round the corner, and little dark balls of light jumping around, and all that stuff. Um, and I think, is that actually real? Because that's never happened to me. Yeah, in the daytime or night time, that's never happened. And like I said, this is where I smelt that smell, and I want to see whether these shadow people actually do peek their head round graves. So now's the best time to find out. Sometimes it's just best to sit quietly and just see what happens. Right, guys, so that smell has definitely gone. It is windy today, and that smell has gone. So, as I was doing my mediumship throughout COVID, throughout all the lockdowns, I learned how to open up my abilities. Now, there are people out there who will say, yeah, but you know, you have to be born with these abilities, and all these psychics and mediums and healers, they were born with that gift. We're all born with the gift of um, seeing, hearing, experiencing um, the spirit world. It's just that unfortunately throughout life we get told by other people that it's nonsense to believe in that kind of stuff. It is nonsense to believe in ghosts and goblins and ghouls. We were brought up not to believe in any of that stuff. um, if you had an imaginary friend as a child, there's a very good chance it's probably a family member that passed on, and you experienced that person as an imaginary friend, and your parents, whoever you were living with as a child, told you probably to pack it in, stop making up fairy tales, and just stop with the whole imaginary friend rubbish. So you grow out of it because you've been told not to believe in it. But we're all of us are born with that gift, and we lose it over time. It's like going to the gym. If you stop going to the gym, you're gonna put loads of weight on. Start going to the gym, you lose all that weight. Same with mediumship. If you use it every day, your connection will be stronger. If you don't use it every day, or don't use it at all, you're gonna lose that ability to connect. So yeah, And energy, everything, whether it's man-made or natural, is energy. And apparently you can't destroy energy. Yeah, so energy is always there. Wind is energy. It's a very windy day today. Wind is energy. It's sunny as well. A few clouds in the sky, but in a whole, it's a sunny day. That's energy. Everything's energy. That's why we call it energy bills. Gas, electric, water, all of it's energy. That's why we call it energy bills. So yeah. These nuclear power plants that have meltdowns in the past for whatever reason, um, you can't re-enter some of these areas because of the amount of radiation that is in the ground, in the air, so on, in the plants. And I think there's an island you can't go in there for the next 3 billion years or something stupid amount of years because. Oh, sorry guys, my legs are going dead. Because of the amount of radiation that's in the air. Yeah, apparently, you can't destroy it. It's always going to be there. So when you put a body into a ground to bury that body because the body is now no longer in use, that body's energy. Where's that energy going to go? You could say the ground's taken up that energy, but like radiation, it leaks out that energy. So, are cemeteries haunted? Probably not, but like I said, you got all this energy that's been built, that's been put in the ground. The ground is holding that energy, so to speak. Even with the headstones, I need a drink. Even with the headstones, they're man-made energy, so that will give off energy. So you can read that energy from the actual headstones itself. And if you're the type of person that is passionate about what you do, part of your energy, your own personal energy, is in that gravestone, it's in that coffin, it's in that digging that hole, so to speak. So yeah, especially if you're passionate about what you do. So here's Gosport Creek, and I've got to make the long haul back to the town. It takes about 30 minutes to walk, but it's a shame there's not a bridge right here. I'll be home in half the time. Yeah, I'll be home in half the time. Well, back to where I need to be in half the time. Or even a bridge across here. Yeah, I'll be home within half the time. But it's nice though, isn't it? Apart from the bush, it's and the tree, and some more trees, and some more bushes. Apart from that, it's quite a nice view, isn't it? Quite like it. So one of my regular customers that I serve at work is subscribed to my channel, and he said, "You're weird. You are. You go to cemeteries and you talk to yourself." I tried to make videos of not talking, and I got made up for not talking. So I talk a lot of, excuse my language, I talk a lot of bollocks because people don't like it when I don't talk. So I talk a have a lot of rubbish about stuff, and I just hope there's a little bit of um, sense in the rubbish I talk. Oh, bloody! What the hell? What the hell was that? Sorry, guys. As I was turning around to leave, I didn't knock anything into the no big rocks or anything, but round about there's a big like blob, like I don't know whether it was an air pocket or what it was, but I don't know whether you heard it, but I'm expecting to see a big crocodile or there's no crocodiles here in the UK, but I was expecting like a fish or something. But okay, I'm gonna move away from this area now, guys, because I have no idea what that was. Could be an air pocket, like natural gases, probably. It probably was like an air pocket, like underneath. There's quite a lot of rocks there. It's probably an air pocket, but yeah, I'm just waiting for it to happen again. Probably wait now. But I'm gonna move away from this area just in case there's a landslide or some strange thing that will swallow me up. Anyway, I'm off. Can't explain it. Probably an air pocket. So when I was last here, I wondered what these boxes were up here, and I found out they were beehives. So I won't go too close to them, but like I said in my live, I said I wanted to come over on this side and do some filming on this side. So that is what I'm going to do. So we'll start on that end and then work up because all the graves are facing one direction. So the beehives, I won't get too close. Yeah, I don't want to upset them. But if you want to see bees in action, there you go. That's as close as I'm going to get. I say I'm in no, well, I won't say I'm in no danger, but I probably will get stung if I get too close and mess with it. But yeah, I'm going to walk away before I get stung. Like I said, I think these ones that are coming in and out, I think they're work bees or worker bees. They're more interested in getting as much food as they can before winter. So I don't think they're overly, yeah, I don't think they're overly fast that I'm near. But I think if I get a little bit too near, they'll probably get a little bit angry. So I think these are all from the Second World War. So we have got PS Chris, Christine, Chrissy. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Uh, so HMS, is that resource? I think. Again, sorry guys, my reading and writing is not the best. 7th of April 1943, age 48. Royal Marine, 21st of June 1943. And we've got H. James, Royal Marine, 10th of April 1944, 54. So I think all these are all Second World War. Don't know whether they died in action, and then obviously brought home, or whether. Ooh, say J. Burnett. Air. Anyway, so I was miles away then. HMS, I was drawn to the HMS Victory. I was assuming that's HMS Victory 2, 10th of December 1941. He was 41. The reason why I say HMS Victory 2, because there is the original HMS Victory in a historic dockyards in Portsmouth. So I doubt that he was on the original HMS Victory back in 1941, unless he was doing training and then went off to a different naval ship. I don't know, but I doubt that they took the HMS Victory into the Second World War. Doubt that very much. A sailor of the 1939 to 1945 war. Royal Navy, 4th of October 1940. Unknown to God. So this one is an unknown sailor. So you got the unknown sailors around the world. Here is an unknown sailor. Doesn't say who he is or she. On the bottom it says unknown to God. So I'll just stop here. I'm going to do a short on this one, guys. I'll be back. So yeah, like interesting ones like that. I like to do shorts anyway, but to have an unknown sailor in a normal cemetery, because after the Second World War, they made a big thing about it, didn't they? And I know some countries like America, Canada, here in the UK, we have what we call an unknown soldier. I think ours is not Buckingham Palace. Can't remember the church, famous church in London. Can't remember the name, but they have an unknown soldier. Quite a biggish thing. So yeah, to have one that's unknown here in a normal military cemetery, yeah, I find that quite interesting. So most of these look the same, and there's like the odd one that looks a bit different. So let's go to the ones that look a bit different. So again, we've got two different time periods. So we've got these ones, and then we've got the older ones. So these ones are from the late 1930s, early 1940s. And then these ones, that look a little bit older, these are actually saying that they're from the 1930s as well. So um, that proved me wrong, because I did see some from over there from the late 1800s. So yeah, these ones are from the 1930s, 1931, 1935. So maybe these ones are different. I don't know. Was convinced that these ones were a lot older. But maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I normally am. I normally am wrong. So, like I said, guys, I think I filmed most of the stuff on that side, and like I said, I have made other videos here. So I'm gonna film this bit, and then I'm gonna go and do some shorts. The video must be close to an hour by now, so I don't want to make it any longer than an hour. Naval ship rig. That's what he looks like, guys and girls. That's what he looks like. If you can see it on camera. Yeah, what's this one behind me here? So yeah, very interesting. So like I said, guys, it's not a paranormal. It's just me getting out of the house and just getting out of the house. Yeah, like I said, it's not a big cemetery. There's not really much to film. Nice little cemetery though. I think I'm still recording, guys. Yeah. So I'm gonna do something today, guys, which I don't normally do. I really fancy going down to the pub. Not going for a pub meal, just having a drink. But I really fancy going down to the pub. So when I get back into town, I'll probably go in and have a couple of drinks. It'd probably be like a Coke or something like that, like a soft drink, but yeah, it's just something I don't normally do, and I really fancy doing it. Right, I'll be back in a second, guys. So yeah, I just have to just double check to make sure that all my videos on my GoPro actually film before I end up ending this video. There'll be a little bit of a change of like, so throughout this video there'll be a little bit of a change of volume, as you can tell already. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is I'm going to kind of end the video now. I'll do a couple of shorts while I'm here. I spent about an hour roughly walking around, done a live stream, whatnot. So yeah, I'm going to call it a day, do some shorts, or a big pile of shorts, and make my way back into the town. Thank you all so much for watching, especially if you made it to the end, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.